Hey guys, my name is Ashley and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so glad that you found my Saving for Disney series, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. So as the title of the video says, I am saving for my one-income family to go to Disney World on my daughter's very first trip to Disney. My husband and I have been numerous times. We honeymoon there. We love going to Disney, and so we cannot wait to take her for her first time. So this is me saving to make that dream happen. My husband is the one that goes out and works a day job. He's the breadwinner, and I am a stay-at-home wife and mom to our baby girl Lucy, who is at the time of this video taping 5 months old, and I am so excited to take her on this trip. So I'm working super hard and hustling my butt off to make it happen. And I figured out to go in the approximate time that we want to, that I need to bring in an extra $340 per month to make this magical trip happen. And so I am doing all that I can to bring in that $340 for the month of January, which is what episode 1 is all about. I did it. I brought in over $340 just from selling our stuff. Like, not our day-to-day stuff that we use, but our extra stuff. Because unless you are a fantastic minimalist, and kudos to you, like hats off, I am not. I like shopping. I end up with a bit of extra stuff. We were given extra stuff. You just accumulate stuff just from living life. And so all these extra things that we just don't need, don't use, I have been moving them on, which makes our home a lot less cluttered, as well as it helps make that money for the trip. So it is a win-win all around. I have my notes, so if you see me looking down, you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not distracted. I'm looking at my notes so I stay on topic. One of the things that I sold, and I'll just kind of give you some ideas of what we sold, that way maybe it'll get your money-making creative juices flowing on what you can kind of move on out of your home that you don't need. One of our bigger ticket items that helped me make that goal a little bit faster was I sold my daughter's DockATot. She used it for a couple weeks when she was very first born, when she was a newborn, but then after that she turned into a swaddle baby, and so we didn't really need it for that. So she didn't enjoy sleeping in it as she was swaddled, and then now that she is mobile and not needing to be swaddled, she's just not a fan. She doesn't like the feeling of stuff around her, like that kind of creates that womb feeling. She has become more independent, and so she doesn't need all that anymore like she did. So I went ahead and sold that, made $150 right there on that one item, just getting that out of the house. So I sold that. I had extra diapers where we had purchased too many of one size, and she needed to move up to the next size already because she was growing like crazy, and we just had extra. So instead of just tossing those in the trash, I made a picture of them. Some of them were still in the little cellophane packaging, and then others were loose, and so I just made a picture, told people how many diapers they were getting, and I was able to sell those for $30. So there you go. That's quite a bit already. And then I've sold extra bottles because we had those, because I mean, you don't know until they get here what kind of bottle your child's gonna like. So we tried like literally, I feel like every bottle on the market, and so the ones that she did not like, we went ahead and sold those, made some extra money. I had a pregnancy pillow that I used for like a little while, and then I was too pregnant to use it, and it was just like not comfortable, because if you've ever been pregnant, you know, you just kind of reach this phase where it's just like, I'm just not comfortable at all, like laying down, standing up, and this pillow just did not help me all that much. So I went ahead and sold that, and hopefully the new mom that bought it, it will help her, but it was just not for me. And we've sold extra clothing that we had that we've, like, either my husband and I don't wear, or my daughter has grown out of, and so various things like that we have just sold and moved it on out of here, because it helps to have a clean home as well as it's making that money, like I said. So I'm really excited about that. The places that I've had the most luck selling my items were on Facebook. I know everybody pretty much has Facebook, and whether you like it, you don't like it, Facebook Marketplace is a gold mine for either selling your used stuff, gently used stuff, brand new stuff, and getting some money back out of that, or even finding some good deals on things that you're looking for. I would definitely suggest kind of checking that out before you run out and purchase something. I found numerous baby things that we've needed for her, and even like home things that we were needing. I just would type it in the little search bar on Marketplace, and it would pop up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a quarter of the price of what I would have to go to like Target and pay for it. So it's like not hurt. A lot of things, they're very gently used, and so as long as you're okay with that, you can have some great success with saving money that way as well. But I used Facebook Marketplace. I used this app called VarageSale. Now, every town does not have a little area on there. It's kind of broken up into sections. But luckily, my area and a few surrounding towns do have the VarageSale app option. And so I will link that. I'll put the name of it here because kind of sounds a little weird when you say it, but the name of it is right here, and you can type that in on the search bar in either the App Store or wherever you get your apps for your phone on, and get that. I've had a ton of success with it, with selling items as well as purchasing discounted items, like I said. I use the Mercari app, Poshmark, as well as Old Faithful, eBay. So those are kind of the places that I've been listing my things and have had the most success selling and bringing in that money for our trip. Another thing I would suggest doing is researching where you're going to make the most money for your item. Now, my DockATot, I made more money selling it on my local Facebook Marketplace than I were if I would have, say, put it up on eBay. They weren't selling as high, and as well as after having to pay the percentage that eBay takes from your sale, it wasn't quite as much as I had hoped. So I was able to sell it on my Facebook Marketplace. I met the lady in town and she handed me cash. We're good to go. That made it a lot easier. Now, there are other things, like we had this extra high chair type thing that would clamp onto your table, or a picnic table if you were out camping or whatever, and that sold better on the Mercari app. Even though I had to give up 10% of my sale price of that item, it made way more money on there than it did with me selling it locally. So I packed that up and shipped it out, and someone in another state has it now and is loving it and enjoying it, and it's out of my home. Just always do a little research, put in a little time and diligence, and see. It doesn't take a super long time to find out what things are selling for on those various apps. Just type it in, see what it's going for, and then you'll know exactly where to sell your item. Next thing is have a scale on hand. This is a little kitchen food scale that we use for when we're cooking and needing to weigh items, and so I use it instead. I didn't want to go out and spend money on this big expensive shipping scale from one of my local shipping companies, so I just use this. Most of my boxes and things that I'm selling are a lot smaller, so I don't have to have this gigantic scale to ship it with. So I just use this that we already had, and most people have those in their kitchens. If not, you can get one for anywhere from $5 to $10 on even like Amazon. If you're shipping small things, I would totally suggest looking those up and just getting one yourself. Another thing to do is to go ahead and, if you're shipping an item, have the box that you intend to ship it in. Put it in the box. Don't worry about taping it up. We'll save that for later. But just put the item in the box and sit it on the scale. Weigh it at a couple ounces, because you will have to add on a little bit of weight with your tape and your shipping label. But it kind of gets you in that ballpark of being really, really close of what you need to charge for your shipping, so that your buyer knows upfront what they're paying, and you know, if you're offering free shipping on your item, you know kind of what to expect of, this is how much I'm going to have to pay, so you don't have any surprises when it comes time to ship the item out to your purchaser, because we don't want to have any surprises of, oh my gosh, I thought this would only charge like $10 to ship and it's $30. That's really disappointing. I've done that before. let me help you, and you can learn from my mistakes, and then you'll make more money. Another thing you can do is save your Amazon Prime boxes or your Target boxes or wherever you get orders from. Save those boxes and recycle them. That way you're helping the planet, so it's good. You're not having to go out and buy new boxes and ship those out. You can use those to recycle and they move on somewhere else, as well as it doesn't cost you anything to ship your item. So you're not having to go to your shipper of choice and purchase an anywhere from $3 to $6 box to ship your item in. That way you're making more money, it's not dipping into your profit margin, and you're good to go. If you are shipping priority packages through the postal service, you can go to USPS.com and order their free boxes. They have these gigantic bundles that you can get, and they will ship them straight to your house. And they have numerous sizes from itty bitty boxes to big boxes, and they're all free, and they'll ship them right to your front door, and it saves you some time of having to go out and hunt for those boxes as well. If you are not familiar with any of the apps that I have been talking about, whether it's Poshmark, Mercari, any of those, I will have them all linked below. I even have some discount codes with a couple of them, so you can check those out. I think one saves you like $5 off your first order if you purchase something and you're a brand new customer, and you can get some really good deals on these apps as well. So we'll saving money for another time, but you can save some really good money using these apps. But I hope you have enjoyed this, and I kind of got your creative money saving juices flowing of what you could sell and get out of your home. And if you enjoyed episode 1, please hit that like button and go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you in our next episode of Saving for Disney. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.